Stand by. Resetting firmware. And operating system failure.
I have it. Look out!
Life is not a fairy tale, and there are no happy endings.
Hello everybody, how y'all doing? So today we will go over on what happened in Assassin's Creed Uprising issue 1. I personally really wanted to cover this because many people don't know what actually happened to Juno from the Assassin's Creed games. To give you guys and girls the most shortest answer possible, Juno's story arc was moved from the games to the comics, and so if you were interested into that particular storyline, you must read the Uprising comic book series. And because many fans don't know about this, I'm thinking about to do the entirety of the Uprising comic book series on this channel, so you will have the full story in video format. Not everyone is just able to buy a comic book next door like me, or wants to spend a lot of money on importing the comic books, so I'm just here to help you out. And also cause I really love to bring comics to life. If you don't know who Charlotte is from the Assassin's Creed Uprising comic book series, or can't exactly remember what happened in the previous comics, here's a short explanation. And also what Johanny Otterberg was doing off screen in the comic books. But if you feel like you've already got up enough with the comics, go to this point in the video so you can skip the explanations. Charlotte de la Cruz, a recent initiate into this shadowy world. She has become a vital member of the Assassin Brotherhood in the modern day era. Using the Animus to explore the memories of her ancestors, she acquired skills that may be exactly what her ancient sect needs to turn the tide against their enemies. Meanwhile, Master Templar Johanny Otterberg has begun to suspect dissent within the Order. Following his research into the Black Cross, a mysterious Templar agent of morality, the former Special Forces operative has taken up the mantle himself in order to bring stability to the Templar ranks. Hong Kong, 2017. Charlotte de la Cruz dives through the window of a skyscraper and we see text clouds from Karnika, an erudito hacker and assassin field techie, panically asking Charlotte on what is going on. Charlotte, can you hear me? The drones have lost visual. All of them. Why can I hear screaming? Shit, Galina said this will be a routine raid. The Templars were supposed to have cleared out weeks ago. Charlotte, don't be dead. Inside the building, we see a group of assassins getting slaughtered by an unknown assailants. Charlotte confirms to Karnika that she is still alive, and we see an image of a boy eating an apple. One of the assailants jumps through the window, going right after her. Listen, they are not Templars. They are like us. Like us? How are they like us? I think they are f***ing assassins. She crashes on the roof of the fan, breaking her fall, to where Karnika hides below, assisting Charlotte on her mission. She barely dodges the attack of the rogue assassin, and the assassin's hidden blade penetrated through the roof of the fan, almost stabbing Karnika in his head. Drive, damn it! The other's dead! Move! If my translation is accurate, this says, "Oh grandma, you were right." And the chase begins. Going 50 miles per hour, the assailants are still able to follow them over the roofs. The rogue assassin jumps into the fan and kicks Charlotte away from him. Charlotte is now fighting for her life in the back of the fan. As she is fending off the rogue assassin, Karnika gets hit in the face by a throwing star, cutting off a few of his fingers. Taken off guard by this, he loses the control of the fan and crashes it, knocking everyone out inside. Granny, get me down. You know I can't climb up there, honey. You will have to jump into my arms. No, get me down. I will catch you, I promise. Lita. As she wakes up, she noticed that the rogue assassin landed outside of the van on the street. Ah! Now, what the f*** are you meant to be? Who's that boy with you up there? He simply responds with, "Nothing is real." You know who I am. What I am? I'm Tom Stoddard, Master Assassin. I am Hiram Stoddard, Creedbreaker. I'm Quayla, the fastest damn messenger in the Inca Empire. I'm 23 going on 600, which means I've learned a few things. For example, about 8 different ways to geld a man without him losing consciousness. Konica appears behind her, telling her that they have to go, but she doesn't want to until she has her answers. Char, I hear sirens. This won't take long. Okay, but neither does hemorrhagic shock. Shit, no! Don't fall asleep, Konica. You hear me? New location. London, England. As a group of youths perform parkour across the rooftops of the city, they come across a combat training session between the assassin Galina Voronina, yes, the assassin from Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and Michelle, an ex-erudito hacker and trainee assassin. Galina orders her not to go easy on her and demands that Michelle ignites her hidden blade. While Michelle is learning from the master assassin, looking on our fellow assassins, we get to see two assassins who are watching them. These two assassins are Kiyoshi Takaura and Arnshutting Cunningham. Sloppy, dangerously sloppy. Your blocks, weak, slow. I saw your attacks coming back when I was in the kindergarten. You should be ashamed. Look at me when I'm talking to you. There's no place for you here, not on my team. No, what are you? She's a good kid. She will do just fine. They are interrupted by a call from Charlotte, who is reporting back on her mission. On the stitching table, Charlotte is telling her story. I appreciate your enthusiasm, De La Cruz. Did you find Grammatica? No, listen to me, Kiyoshi. The operation went bad, okay? Like, biblically fucking bad. What's your status? Did you manage to retrieve anything on the Phoenix project? Tear that, okay? The whole team. I barely get my vital organs and my head in the same zip code. Verdomme, which means damn it in English. Guernica's gonna make it, but it's just us. We've gone as dark as we can here, but we still need extraction. We will get you, but first tell us what happened. The intel was garbage, Galina. They were guarding that place like an ancient curse or something. They had a boy with them and he said, oh, it's you. Hello again. Said what? What boy? Who had him? Templars? Sigma team? I just don't know, Galina. I just don't know anymore. Meanwhile, back in Hong Kong, Otto Berg and Violet da Costa investigate the former Phoenix project site. Dirty floors. Impressive, even by their standards. You admire them? I respect them, Violet. I also respect antibiotic resistance Coronea. Okay, what the fuck? That was really random. Any idea what happened here? Not really, they cut out the cameras during the raid. And the one security officer assigned to this place was just found murdered in his bathtub. The Dragon Boat Festival was yesterday, so most workers stayed home. Meaning no witnesses? Meaning no witnesses. For as we can make out, they weren't expecting any resistance, so they try to fight their way out and stores the joint in the progress. Otto Berg walks over to one of the bodies and starts examining it. Which begs the question, why did they encounter resistance? This hasn't been a Phoenix project lab for months. It is just an archive now, right? This place looks like it was defended by a small army. Perhaps the assassins turned on each other, it happened before. In the middle of a mission? Not even assassins are that lacking in discipline. Did they get hold of anything? A list of pieces of E that they already know about, no locations. When they both walk towards the elevator, Otto Berg orders her to pay off the police to leave the site as it is, and he tells her he will go back to his hotel room. In his hotel room, he dresses up as the Black Cross and returns to the skyscraper to investigate the crime scene on his own, while he's assisted by Andre Bolden, who is acting as a tech support. Let's see, victim 1 died by an Abstergo security bolt, standard issue crossbow, unusual good aim for a guard, could have been damn luck. Victim 2 died by a snapped neck. Nasty, efficient. Swept to the ground and finished off with a boot presumably. Not an amateur move by any strength of imagination. Victim 3. Severed corroded. Blood splatter on wall. Consistent height and breadth for an assassin hidden blade. Lends credence to Violet's theory of skirmish amongst the assassin cell. Still not buying it at all. And someone was chased out of that window. How many Templars could make a jump like that? There should be a lot more blood, Otto Berg says. When he looks back where victim number 2 was lying. The wound was cauterized, the blade superheated. Assassin weapon. Abstergo tech. You thinking assassins and Templars might be working together? I don't know, Andre. All I know is it's time to shake a few trees. Or else tear them up by the root. And that is how the first comic ends. A quick analyze and thoughts. The first comic in the Uprising series was a bit confusing. The editing and pacing was all over the place, and so it was sometimes hard to follow. So it wasn't particularly easy to put everything together in a more coherent way. So if you have a hard time following this video, I'm not really surprised. I've tried my best to put this in the most coherent way as possible. The assailants that attacked Charlotte and the assassins are called the instruments of the first rail, also known as the Juno cult. In short, these instruments worship the first civilization and are fully devoted to Juno. And they exist out of assassins and Templars, and they support Juno in her quest to re-establish the precursor race. The boy you see in the beginning of the video and Charlotte brings up again later is no other than Desmond Miles' son.
Hey, accidents happen. How do you think the kids got here?
Not only is he just Desmond Miles' son, but he also is a sage. And as you have already noticed, he travels with Juno's cult. I'm not really surprised though that he is a sage. Just look at Desmond's family tree. Altair, Ezio, Connor, Haytham, Edward. They're all very important people in the Assassin's Creed lore. Desmond himself saved the world and has a particular high concentration of First Civilization DNA. And Desmond's son has been hinted before in the games to be important. The storyline of the first comic takes place in the modern day. There's no historical era in the first comic. And to be honest, I do really like that. The games have been trying to ignore the modern day for years now, and they have been trying to bring it back with Layla, but we still need to see how that will turn out in the next games. The majority of the storyline takes place in Hong Kong, and we don't often get to see stories that takes place in China or Japan. Maybe the upcoming Assassin's Creed anime can make a reference to the storyline in the comics. Desmond's son says, "Oh, it's you. Hello again." What interesting. Two other interesting add-ons. It seems like that Isabella's plan to capture the boy never went into motion after her death in Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
You had your chance with the Shroud. This asset is mine, and I won't be a party to the needless mutilation of a 10-year-old boy. It's inhumane.
So what do you plan to do with him?
Given his unique lineage, I think we should put him into an animus for the next 50 years. Think of the data we could extract.
That's terribly old-fashioned. In any case, we should send Sigma team to recover him.
No. I'm going to keep an eye on him for now. We'll collect him when the time is right.
He who is the image of Aita, he will herald her return.
Nothing is real. I made a video on that, so I will link it in the description down below. Also, Galina got a new haircut. And I would like to say I defend Galina's actions during the sparring match with my shell. Yes, she was strict and broke the hidden blade of my shell, which is going a little bit too far, if you ask me, but she's just trying to prepare her for the worst. The real world isn't that nice, and Galina can't just be there to save her, nor can she expect that there will always be an experienced fighter around the corner ready to help her. In real combat scenarios, she can't expect the enemies to play nice and give her a second chance, so she has to learn to defend herself the hard way. And that was it for today's video. I hope you at least got something out of it and enjoyed it. And leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I hope you have a fun day or night wherever you are.